What's up everyone, I am Tim Oates on bass, and I want to give you 10 tips on things you can do if you're a musician and you're suddenly trapped inside for an extended period of time. Alright, so there are times, like the time we're in right now, where musicians find themselves inside for an extended period, not really able to interact with others, not able to do the typical things that they would do, be it gigging or practicing or just going to shows or anything like that. So I'm going to give you 10 ideas of things that you can do to keep yourself busy as a musician and productive. And we'll start with the more obvious ones and work our way up to the ones maybe you didn't think about. So first, coming in at number 10, write new music. It's probably the one that everyone thought of, right? Alright, I'm going to be home for a while, I'm not going to be able to get out, practice is canceled, shows are canceled. What better time than to write new music? And you know what? Absolutely, it's a great idea. Write new music. All musicians want to have extra time to write. All bands want more music in the catalog, so use the time for that. Next up is maintenance. We have a lot of gear, right? We have guitars, basses, drums, amplifiers, just all sorts of things. And all of it does need a certain amount of maintenance. Now, we're all usually guilty of not keeping up with things as well as we should. Bass players are notorious for letting their strings go way too long. I know I am. So take this opportunity, get some strings if you don't have them, go ahead and change out your strings. If you're a guitar or bass player, when was the last time that you really gave your instrument some love? Give it a good setup. Make sure you get the dust out of all those weird little spots you never think of but just get dusty somehow. Like right in the crevice of the pickup and the pick guard and things like that. Make sure you really give it a good wipe down, get the intonation set, get your string height set, all of that stuff. We don't want to forget about that, and usually we know it needs to be done and we do it often enough, but you probably have some gear that could use a little bit of maintenance. So what better time than to go ahead and give that maintenance right now? You've got the time. Next up, another obvious one, probably practice, right? You've got music to play. If you're in a band, you probably have a set to play. You have songs that you like to play. Whatever your practice regimen is, just make sure you do it. Do it more often. You've got the time. And I'm going to go ahead and say, why don't you throw in some things you don't normally practice? Things that maybe you practiced way back when you were first learning, like scales, things like that. This is a great time to get back to the basics and really try to hone your skills. In fact, next week I'm actually going to put out a video on practicing your scales, as well as a play-along video that you can practice to. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and do that now. Hit the little bell, that way you get notified when these videos go up. And you'll have something to watch and something to play along to while you're inside. Alright, next up is probably something that really only applies if you have something to promote. If you're a gigging musician, you've got merch out, things like that. But it's your social media game. Is your social media all the way where it needs to be? Have you done everything that you've thought would be great? Are you on every platform that you want to be? Now's a great time to put that content calendar together, get a bunch of posts lined up, ready to go, make sure you know what your strategy is for your social media, and then start to execute. Or if you can't execute because you need to have a photo shoot or whatever it is, you can at least do the planning ahead of time. So that way you know what you need to do, and then once we're able to get back together, we can actually do those things and start executing. But most people are on some social media, probably are not doing everything you can on all social platforms, so why not figure out where your gaps are and how to fill them. Alright, next up, discover new music. Now, we all got into music for different reasons, but usually there's some sort of a passion. There's something that inspired us, music that we were listening to. Take this time to get re-inspired. Get out there and find new music, right? Go deep into the Spotify list. Maybe it's been a few years since you've actually listened to new music really well. Maybe it's been a while since you've actually tried to find that great hidden gem that is just coming up, or maybe a lot of people do know about, and you're just behind on the times. It happens. We're out gigging, we're practicing, we're playing our own music. We're listening to the same thing that we've been listening to for the last 14 years, because quite frankly, we didn't really want to give the new album a try, and then when we did, we probably didn't give it enough spins as we should have, because the band's very complex and deserves it. But there's maybe that chance to go ahead and fall in love with music again, new music. Find something new, and you know what's great is when you get re-inspired, when you find new music, you never know how it's going to affect your writing and your playing going forward. We all pick up a little bit of the music that we listen to in our style, and it's a great way to find new music and maybe even progress kind of subconsciously when you get back to writing. All right, next, support other musicians. There's a lot of musicians that gig full time. that playing music or teaching music is their full-time job, and they're completely out of work right now. There's very little they can do because they can't actually get out and play shows. All the venues, or most of the venues they're playing, are closed. And they're struggling. It's tough. So get out there and support them however you can. If they've got music out, go ahead and give it a stream, download it, buy it. They're posting stuff on their social media. Make sure you share it. Make sure that you're helping them out by getting the word out. If they're live streaming, jump onto the live stream. A lot of times they've got, donation links. You know what, if you were gonna go to the bar and spend 20 bucks on drinks anyway, what's it to you to throw 5 or 10 bucks to your friends to support them? It's still cheaper than the bar you were gonna go to anyway. But everyone needs every little bit that they can do. And speaking of live streaming, that's actually the next tip, is if you're a performing musician, maybe test out live streaming. I've seen a lot of musicians trying this out, and it's really interesting how quickly people are able to pull it together. Now, I will say, if you're gonna do this, try to test it first, because I've seen some excellent executions, and I've seen some ones where it was like, next time they'll get it, right? So play around with the live stream, see if you can't figure out a way to still get your music out. Maybe set up a donation account, something like that. But again, test it out, make sure that it comes through really well when people are watching, because this is your product. You want to make sure you're putting your best foot forward. Next up is maybe something you haven't thought about, but actually tab out your music. If you're playing originals and you've written original music, tab it out, write it down, get the notes on paper. This may not seem like something that's a useful exercise, but you'd be surprised. So I got Guitar Pro, which is what I use now, and I got it for this channel. And I was just getting it so that way I could write out tabs easily and be able to put it in videos. And I was kind of amazed at how much I enjoyed doing it and how much it actually helped me truly understand what I was playing in my songs. I also found it was a great writing tool. Sometimes I'd be in a position where I'd have an idea in my head, but I couldn't get to my bass. But I could get to the computer, and I was able to actually use the built-in MIDI capabilities, tab it out, hear the playback, and it wasn't exactly as I would sound on bass, but it gave me enough of an idea that I was actually able to get my idea on paper, remember it, and then when I did get to my bass, flesh it out a little bit more. That's happened a couple of times. It's actually kind of a great feature when you can't get your instrument in your hands. So there's a lot of things I love about Guitar Pro. There's a link down in the description if you want to check it out. Full disclosure, I am an affiliate, so if you do buy it, I will get a little bit of a cut. But I'm just saying, check it out, think about it. There's other programs out there as well. I just prefer Guitar Pro, and I only actually will become an affiliate of programs that I truly believe in and use myself. All right, next up, another thing that might be a little off the beaten path, but learn a skill that isn't actually music related, but might help you or your band. So for instance, if you're playing out and you always need flyers, why not learn Photoshop or learn graphic design so you can start designing those flyers instead of relying on other bands or putting together kind of really not the best flyers, right? You want to put out some really slick flyers to be able to draw people's attention and get them to come to your shows. Or if you want to do videos, it's a great opportunity to start learning how to make and edit videos and things like that, right? There's a lot of things that bands need as part of the promotion gig or part of just getting out there and the business of the actual band, but nobody has the skills, so you end up not doing it or having to hire it out. Why not learn those skills while you have the time, and then you'll be able to actually help out once everything is back to normal. All right, and my last tip is really going to be one that's going to probably catch a lot of people off guard, but last tip for those that need it is take a break. If you've been playing music long enough, there's been a period where you haven't played for a little bit, for one reason or another, right? Everyone's got their own story, their own reason for it, be it moving away, having, children, there's different reasons for it. But taking a break at times, especially if you're kind of approaching that burnout phase, it's a good thing, because what happens is you're able to really decompress, you're just able to not even worry and stress about music anymore. And then when you do go back to it, you find that passion again, and you really are able to throw yourself in at 100%. Everyone needs a break from anything that they do a lot, and if you find you're in that position where you've just been doing it a lot and you're getting that burnout stage, it might be a good time to take a break. Now, of course, if it doesn't apply to you, well, there's 9 other things that you can look at and see how to keep yourself busy. Hopefully you found this video helpful. You have 10 things there that you can think about, try if you would like. Certainly don't have to go through all 10 of them. It's more of whatever applies in your situation. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And of course, if you have any thoughts or questions or anything, drop a comment as well. And be on the lookout for more videos. I have lots more planned. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell. That way you get notified when I do put out new videos. So thanks for watching. Keep making beautiful music, and I will see you in the next video.